Subway knowledge. Respected principal ma'am and respected principal ma'am and all of my dear colleagues, good afternoon all of you. Now myself Bhavani. Now I am here to give some information about multiple intelligence. Before going to discuss about this multiple intelligence, first this name itself suggests that intelligence of a person in multiple areas. Okay, and before going to discuss about these multiple intelligences, first from my side, one question to all of you. How as a teacher or as a parent, how we are analyzing or how we are seeing that particular student is more intelligent person. Anyone? Intelligent person in the entire class. On which basis?
Comparatively, we compare.
We are comparing. On which basis we are comparing? Only we are comparing marks, right? We are calculating the marks of a student to say that student is intelligent with remaining all students. Among all these children in the classroom, this student is more intelligent. We are giving that conclusion based on that student performance in marks, right? So is that correct way? Only based on marks we are saying that that particular student is more intelligent than remaining students. That means that here we are considering only cognitive ability of a student. What is the meaning of cognitive ability? Here cognitive ability means that only we are considering how much that particular student is getting knowledge from our teaching and how much that particular student is putting in examination and how many marks they are getting. How many marks they are getting. That means that we are only talking about the memory power of the student, right? Which student is having more memory power, those students will get more marks. And who are attending classes very well. First point here is who are attending classes very well. After that, who are practicing those knowledge and who are attempting exam. Those students only will get good marks. So all these related to knowledge of a student only in studies. We are considering only studies related concept to inform that particular student is more intelligent than the remaining students. Now, my question is, one student is more intelligent in studies, out of 100, that person or that student got 98 marks or 99 marks. Just consider the same students in remaining areas, just like sports, arts, remaining so many curricular activities we have, it's a curricular activity. Suppose if that particular student is not good, just average students in remaining areas. Now can we say that person is not intelligent person in those areas? Can we say? It is not possible, we can't say. That means that here, when we are saying intelligent person or weak student, only we are taking studies related concepts. So this multiple intelligence concept says that studies or education, this is not only one intelligence. We have, as a teacher, we have to teach to students in different areas. We have to identify students' knowledge in which areas those are good. And we are trying to improve those talents and those skills in that particular area. And if any student weak in that particular area, we have to strengthen their weaknesses. That means we have to use more strategies to improve their talent and to reach their goals in that particular area. Okay. Now, before come to our point, multiple intelligence. Already I said its name itself suggests that intelligence in multiple areas. Okay. Now, before going to that's why I put this diagram just by seeing that intelligence in the different areas. See just here, mathematics is there, chemistry, practical, this is art, that is sports. That means this multiple intelligence theory suggests that intelligence in different arts, different areas. So what are those different areas? Now we will discuss one by one. And what is, before going to discuss about that, first of all, what is an intelligence? Intelligence means that it is ability of a student to learn. what we are teaching in classroom, that one students are learning from us. What we are teaching, they are listening and they are learning that concept. After learning that concept, they are using that concept to do practical. That one only I kept it up. To learn, use and produce new solutions from what is learned. And it is the ability to think, reason, question and draw conclusion. So when we are teaching, some students will raise questions towards us. And what is this? What is this? Right? So by questioning, by reasoning plus they are acquiring more knowledge. Which knowledge they acquire? With the help of that knowledge, they are finding the solution. Multiple intelligence, already we discussed, it is an intelligent power of a student in different areas. And see, acquire information. Nowadays we have so many sources to learn information, to acquire knowledge. YouTube, Google, from internet, so many students are learning concepts. So we have multiple of that different ways to collect information and to learn that information. And these multiple intelligences range from the use of words, numbers, pictures, music, the importance of social interactions, introspection, physical movements, all these now we will discuss. Now see, up to now we discussed about cognitive ability. Cognitive ability means that only related to studies. But this multiple intelligence deals with in another areas like how to use words, how to pronounce. Now I am giving starting problem, right? First we will get tension. So this one also without getting any tension, without having any problem, without having any stage fear. Suppose if anybody is standing here and giving some information, that one also one type of the intelligence of that person. Okay? And this multiple intelligence also dealing how to pronounce, how to create essays, how to write poems, how to interact with other persons. That is called interpersonal skills. How to interact with other persons and intrapersonal skills. Intrapersonal skills means about us. All we know about us clearly. What are our strengths? What are our weaknesses? Right? So all these comes under multiple intelligence. So it deals with different areas, not only studies, cognitive ability. Cognitive ability means that only related to studies, not only related to studies, it deals with demanding all aspects. And who introduced this multiple intelligence concept? This multiple intelligence concept introduced by the scientist Howard Gardner. Introduced by Gardner. Actually his full name is Howard Gardner and he is an American psychologist. Okay, in 1983 he introduced this concept theory of multiple intelligence in his book Frames of Mind. His book name is Frames of Mind. In his book he written about this multiple intelligence concept. And this theory suggests that all people having different kinds of intelligence. We all having different kinds of intelligences, but we are strong in particular kind of intelligence. In all kinds of topics, it is not possible to get good knowledge, good intelligence, right? So we are strong in some knowledge. Some students are very strong in sports. Some students are strong in studies. Some students are very strong, very intelligent in art. They can draw any type of picture. You give any type of picture, they can draw very easily. So that one also one type of intelligence. So this theory suggests that people having different types of intelligences in different areas. So how to improve, how to identify those areas and what are those areas. If any student is in any particular area, how to improve those talent in that particular area. All these concepts replace as of multiple intelligences. Okay, and actually he mentioned 9 multiple intelligences, 9 different types of intelligences. But maximum he will explain about 8 intelligences only. And 9th one, the last one is existential intelligence. What is the meaning of existential intelligence? Existential intelligence means that the student, what is existent? This earth, sky, clouds, rain, sun, stars. All these are existed material in our world, right? On the universe, in the universe, all these are existed ones. From where rain will fall, right? From where the sunlight is coming, right? So this type of from this type of existed things, the question will be raised. Who is having more intelligence about existential? Okay. This one we didn't explain about this existential. Maximum we focused on reminding all 8 different types of intelligence. Now first one we will go through. Intelligence is the ability to understand or identify the route map. Visual, spatial means on our head, wherever we want to go, just remembering the route map. But just by visualizing the place, easily they can remember the routes. One of the best example is route map. Now just for example, if we want to go to any new place, when we are going, we will ask questions to reach that place. What is the way? In this way can we go to reach that place? Otherwise in this route can we go? What is the shortest path? Nowadays we all are using Google Maps, right? Please, if we want to go to any new place, nowadays we are using Google Maps, right? Shortest path it is showing and we are moving to that path. But before Google Maps, we used to ask some people who are in that route. In this area we can go, in this area can we go, what is the shortest path? Now once we reach that place, after we have to come back to our home. How many of you can remember? How many of you can remember in one visit? This type of intelligence, they can easily remember the routes, maps, everything. Just by seeing the map, they can easily move the destination. Okay. And this area deals with spatial judgment and the ability to visualize with the mind and reach that place. And next one, people who are strong in visual spatial intelligence, good at visualizing things, and they individuals are often good with direction. Just now I said, who is having this intelligence power more? They are very good in recognizing route maps. Okay. And how to improve? Suppose just now I said I am very poor in this visual intelligence power. I am very weak. If we have to improve this, we have to practice on Google Map only. Just take the map and just practice. Nowadays we all are having Google Map. If you want to go to any place, simply we are writing our source place and destination place and we are checking what is the route. Just by practicing or by following this route map only, we can improve our intelligence, spatial intelligence. Next one, linguistic verbal intelligence. So this intelligence is related to our way of speaking words, pronunciation words. Okay, simply we can say this word verbal intelligence. So verbal means already communication. Even the communication sheets we discussed about what is verbal communication. So verbal is related to our words, how we are using words and how we are pronouncing when we are talking with other persons. So all these comes under this verbal intelligence. So it deals with sensitivity to the spoken and written language, ability to learn languages, and capacity to use language to accomplish certain goals. So it totally deals with how we are using words and how we are pronouncing and deals with ability to learn languages. So many people know different types of languages, number of languages, right? So that one also related to verbal intelligence. It is not possible to learn different types of languages, right? It is very difficult to learn different types of languages to understand. For me also it is very difficult to learn Hindi. Now at least I am understanding what you are saying, but I can't speak properly. So it is also one disadvantage, one weakness of me. Verbal intelligence also, I am very good in verbal intelligence. I am not having the ability to learn multiple languages, right? So this one related to the ability to learn new languages and capacity to use language to accomplish certain goals. So language also we are using to proper convey with others. To convey with others properly we are using languages also, right? Here suppose if any parent came to talk with me, tension will start in me. Which answer will I give? I can't communicate properly because I don't have such type of fluency in me, right? So this one also how to use the learned language to accomplish our goals. This one also comes under this verbal intelligence. And people who are strong in this verbal intelligence, they are very enjoy when they are writing and when they are speaking with others. They are more interested to write new things, new words, new essays, new poems, or to read this type of seminars, to give presentation. They are very enjoy to give this type of things. Who is having more intelligence in verbal? Why they can enjoy? Why? Because they have more confidence. Why? Because they know that they are strong in this area. So if we know very well, immediately confidence will come in our mind or in our heart, right? So with that confidence we can communicate with others very easily and without any tension. So all these will come under this verbal intelligence. So second point is about both when writing and speaking they will enjoy, and these individuals are typically very good at writing stories, memorizing information and reading. Just now I said these are very good and they will enjoy when they are talking with others and when they are writing a new stories, nonsense, all those. Okay. And this type of intelligence will be related to words and speaking words, all that comes under this verbal intelligence. And next one, logical mathematical intelligence. Nowadays, maximum students having little bit fear about mathematics subject, right? Right? Yeah. Why? Because they have fear how to solve problems and to remember all formulas in mathematics. It's very difficult for students to recognize also to remember all formulas, and for one problem method is another. For another problem we have to follow another method. If we ask to calculate multiples, they have to read tables. If we want to ask factorization, they have to divide. So these are different methods for each and every type of problem. That's why maximum students are getting fear. So now come to this point, logical and mathematical intelligence. So this intelligence is related to maths and logical. Okay. Now, wherever we are going to write any competitive exam, compulsory we have to learn mathematical logic and reasoning. At least 10 marks we will get in mathematics and reasoning. Last week or 2 days, 10 days back, we had exam also there. There are the 2 or 3 questions we given from reasoning. I saw that question there. And the maths also we given. 5th class students or 5th class students, maths also we given question. So mathematical intelligence, who is having more intelligence. They are, all of you know, who is having intelligence, interest in maths, they will solve maximum problems without any other help or any friends help, right? So now these people who are strong in logical and mathematical intelligence are good at reasoning, recognizing patterns, and logically analyzing problems. So who is having interest in maths, more concepts who knows in maths, they can do all these without any difficulties. And these individuals tend to think conceptually about numbers and relationships. And now, who is having this mathematical intelligence more? For such type of students, there are more career opportunities are there. They can become as scientists, they can become as accountant, they can become as programmer after completing their PhD. Software job also they can do. So all these are remaining future career opportunities who are intelligent in maths and logical. And suppose if any student, as a teacher now we have to talk about students. Suppose if students are weak in this maths. Okay, sir. Have to improve their interest in maths. Why? Because they are having fear that we can't solve, we can't remember all this, we can't remember tables. First basics one is table, they have to remember to do anything, right? So we have to give some assignments to them to improve their interest first. If automatically logical questions, and in newspapers also so many Sudoku games also are there. If you find Sudoku games, that one also one of the best logical and mathematical reasoning. I think all of you know how to play Sudoku, how to fill that Sudoku paper puzzle, right? From 1 to 9, in each block only 1 to 9, and from each column and from each row only 1 to 9. We have to use only one time. Second time if we use, that one will be wrong. How many can you do? I also can do it in 5 minutes. So, who are having strong and to make interest in mathematics, we have to use such type of small puzzles. In newspaper, we are getting 999 up to from 1 to 9 digits. We can give children only for 4 digits, only 4 digits blocks are available in Sudoku. So if we start from there, if we play in front of them such type of games, then automatically they will show interest on that how these students are doing. At home in front of my children, live example I am only. To improve maths knowledge, my son also very poor, not poor, he is okay, but he is having fear to solve problems. Okay, so I will use this type of strategy. In front of him, I create that one only. Now he also started to solve only 4 numbers blocks. We can use more interesting things to improve their interest. Automatically, students' interest improves. Automatically, they only try to learn themselves. Okay, and next one, bodily kinesthetic intelligence. So this intelligence related to our body movements. Example for this type of intelligence is dance. All of you are having this intelligence, but we won't show to others, but because we are very weak in that. So who is having more intelligence in this body kinesthetic? These are having the ability to control their body movements. Just for example, for this, just now I said dance is the best example for this bodily kinesthetic intelligence. Dancers, all of we know. Classical dance is there, folk dance is there, all of we know different types of dancing. So in all these dances, dancers concentrate on their movements, body movements. In classical dance we can observe eye contact, eyes also they can control, right? How to move eyes, how to move fingers. So all these under control of this person who is having more intelligence in this bodily kinesthetic intelligence. So it is the ability to control one's body movements and to handle objects skillfully. So here what is the meaning of objects skillfully? Just consider classical dance. All of you know classical dance. They are using sometimes for playing in their hands, in their head, and somebody Bharatanatyam and Kuchipudi, they are using plate and inside the food, and on that plate they stand and doing the dance. That means they know how to handle all these things. Anybody can we do? We can't do. So who is having more intelligence than that? They only can handle all those objects very skillfully. Now people who are strong in this area tend to have excellent hand-eye coordination. All of you know, hand and eye. They are having these both two coordination very well. Not only these two, each and every body movement also in their control only. That's why they can move based on the song lyrics. They can move their hands with that song, everything. Okay. So and now, who are we in this type of intelligence? How to improve their intelligence in this area? So to improve this kinesthetic intelligence, we can conduct dance competitions among children, okay, and we can conduct sports. In sports also they are having more control about their body movements, right? In sports also running, kabaddi, in all those they are controlling their body, right? Body movements, everything. So all these comes under this bodily kinesthetic intelligence. So by conducting dance competitions, by conducting sport competitions, by conducting role plays, skill drama in schools, we can improve this type of intelligence or skills in our students. And who is having more intelligence in this? For them in career, they have the opportunity to become as a dancer, to become as a actor, like this. These are the career opportunities for them who is having more intelligence in bodily kinesthetic intelligence. And next one we have musical intelligence. In that name only we have the answer music related intelligence. All of we are enjoying music, right? We are daily we are listening songs. Can we sing? We all can sing, but we all are bathroom singers, right? Yes, I also bathroom singer only. Outside I won't sing, but because definitely they will comment. Who will listen my song? They will comment, right? So now come to this. We all are having intelligence, musical intelligence, but we are using that only for enjoying. Only we are listening, we are enjoying the music. Okay? And who are strong in this musical intelligence? Now see what is musical intelligence first of all. It is an ability to produce and appreciate rhythm, pitch and timbre or appreciation of forms of musical expressiveness. So that means that this musical intelligence means that enjoying the lyrics, songs, rhythms, everything, music, everything, and also ability to make them by their work. Can we do any music? Can we compose song? We can't, but because we are very weak in this music. So now tell me, anybody having musical intelligence more? We are having very poor musical intelligence. Only we are using that power only to enjoy. But who is having the ability to compose everything? Those are called musical intelligent persons. Okay, and see next one, people who have strong musical intelligence are good at thinking in patterns, rhythms and sounds. So who is having all this intelligence? Who knows idea about all this? Those only can understand different types of rhythms, high pitch, low pitch, singing, everything they only can identify. And they have a strong appreciation for music and are often good at musical composition and performance. Those only can do compose in movies, all of we know to compose lyrics also they are writing lyrics. Okay, music singers, all these are having more musical intelligence than all of us. Right, that's why they are there, they are here. They are listening only, they are composing songs and they are making lyrics always. Right? And who are having this musical intelligence more? Those, for them also they are having so many creative opportunities. Just like singer, they can become as a singer, they can become as a composer, they can become as a lyricist. All these are the different areas where they have more career opportunities. And in our schools, as for students, suppose if anybody are weak in this musical intelligence, we can improve this musical intelligence also in our students by conducting musical competitions and by providing different types of musical instruments to them for practice. If we given all these, then definitely they will improve their skills in this area also. And next one, interpersonal intelligence. This is one of the most important intelligence power we must know, we must improve. Okay, now this is not only for students, for every human being this interpersonal intelligence is very, very important. What is the meaning of interpersonal skills first of all? So interpersonal skill means it is the ability of a person how to communicate with others. Now I am communicating with all of you, right? So how to communicate with others? So this one is called interpersonal skills. When we are communicating with others, how to communicate, which words we have to use, how we have to pronounce. All these will come under interpersonal intelligence. Now see, it is the ability to understand and interact effectively with others. How we are interacting effectively. I thought that now I am interacting effectively with all of you. Right or wrong? Wrong? Right? Okay, thank you. So, really when we are communicating with others, effectively we are communicating. What is the meaning of effective communicating here? That means that what we are saying, the students are understanding that, like that are we teaching to students or not? So, if it is not good. Our interpersonal skills are not good. Can we work as a teacher? Can we work as a teacher if our interpersonal skills are not good? No. Why? Because interpersonal means that how we are communicating. how we are conveying message to others. Now I am sharing something. Really all of you are understanding that? Is that? Are you listening first of all? Yes. Are you understanding at least half? So, if at least half or 75%, if I can convey the message what I have in my mind, already we discussed in effective communication skill. That is, so many teachers attended that one also, right? In effective communication, what is the meaning of effective communication? Really what I am saying something. What that person is saying that really understood by all persons or not. Like that is that presenter is giving message or not. That is called effective communication. What is in my mind, that idea really will you get after the communication or not. So that one is called effective communication. When we can do effective communication, if we improve our interpersonal skills. So interpersonal skills means how to convey the message and how to communicate with others. So this one related to that, how to communicate with others effectively. And next one, those who have strong interpersonal intelligence are good at understanding and interacting with other people. That one is correct now. If we can talk without any fear, then only we can communicate with others. If we have any shy feeling, can we communicate with others? When we communicate or good in interpersonal skills, they can interact with other people without any difficulty. And last point, these individuals are skilled at assessing the emotions, motivations, desires and intentions of those around them. So who is having more interpersonal skills? If we have more interpersonal, then only we can communicate. When we are communicating properly, then only we can understand others' emotions, right? Right? Yes. When we are communicating with others properly, then only we can understand what are their problems, what is their intention. All those we can understand. So who is having good interpersonal skills, they can understand others' feelings also. Okay? And how to improve these interpersonal skills in our students? Anyone? Please give some suggestions how to improve these interpersonal skills. How to make students to interact with remaining students effectively.
Allowing the students to interact in the classroom in their mother tongue, if it is possible, with the teachers, so that we can come across their personal feelings. If we come to know about their personal interests or feelings and other things, they will be very easily communicating in the class and connect with their personality.
Thank you, sir. Good suggestion. So, sir said that is correct. If we allow students to communicate with other students, okay, then immediately they will share their feelings and they can communicate and they can share each other their feelings, what are their problems, what are their strengths, everything they will communicate. So by that also they can improve their way of communication skills. And here also we can use the strategies in our school also we can use strategies to improve these interpersonal skills like conducting debate. The best solution is conducting debate. Suppose all of you know what is debate, right? We are giving one topic and that topic students positive sides and negative sides. One group is talking about positive and one group is talking about negative. So immediately they will communicate with each other effectively, right? So that is one of the best strategy and Sir said already by conducting debates or competitions like that. And next one, to remove the stage fear. When we can communicate, just now we discussed. If we don't have any shy feeling or not having any fear, then only we can share information. So just by conducting this type of seminars, small seminars in our schools and among students, one student will give some presentation and remaining students will listen that class. So by this way also we can improve their interpersonal skills. And next one, intrapersonal. What is meaning of intrapersonal? Inter means how to communicate with other person. Intra means the intelligence within us. Which type of weaknesses we have? What are our weaknesses? What are our strengths? Suppose actually all of we have this intelligence, right? We only knows 100% about us. No other person knows about us 100%, right? That means we know our weaknesses and we know our strengths. So this intrapersonal intelligence means that individuals, it is the ability to identify our own strengths and our own weaknesses. And the people who are strong in this intrapersonal, some people can recognize very well based on their strengths and their weaknesses. Supposing, just imagine, with new persons, I can't talk it effectively. So that time, I know that is my weakness. Simply, I will stand or I will speak aside. Okay. So who are having more, who knows about more, those people can communicate with others. Okay. Where is their weakness? They will identify that weakness, and where is their strength? They will identify that strength also. Based on this situation, they will use their performance. And now see, individuals who are strong in interpersonal intelligence are good at being aware of their own emotional states, feelings and motivations. All of we know this, motivations. Suppose all of we will watch motivational videos, right? Anybody will watch in YouTube? Motivational videos. We will watch. Maximum I will see Infosys, Narayana Murthy and Sudha Murthy videos. Did you see in YouTube? Just see Sudha Murthy, Mrs. of Narayana Murthy, Infosys chairman, Narayana Murthy's Mrs. Sudha Murthy. Just attend 1 or 2 videos. How simplicity she is. She will, by using such type of videos, definitely we will motivate. Definitely, I am sure we will motivate by listening her videos. Okay, how many crores she has? She has how many crores of assets she has, money, business, everything she has. But just once search in Google or YouTube about Sudha Murthy, Mrs. Narayana Murthy, just go through her videos, you can understand how much we have, how to live. That is the best video to motivate ourselves. Okay, and so many, not only this, so many motivational videos are available nowadays in YouTube. Just by seeing those also we can motivate ourselves if we have weak in any place. Okay, and next one. They tend to enjoy self-reflection and analysis, including daydreaming, exploring relationships with others, and assessing their personal strength. So all of we know our strengths, all of we know our weaknesses. So all of we are very strong in intrapersonal intelligence, right? All of we are having, I think, more than 90% we have intrapersonal intelligence. That's why we know all of we know our strengths and weaknesses. Okay, and last one, naturalistic intelligence. So nature. This intelligence deals with nature. All of we love nature, right? So this one is related to nature. So who is having more intelligence in nature? Those can connect with the nature. Okay, and they will enjoy each and everything in the nature, about each and everything in the nature. Okay, and what is naturalistic intelligence? It is the ability to identify, classify and manipulate elements of the environment, objects, animals and plants. So simply in one word or in one sentence we can say that this intelligence related to nature of animals. All of we are pet lovers, right? Pet lovers, birds, we are somebody else taking birds, care of birds, and the environment, plants, we are taking care about plants, all these comes under naturalistic intelligence. And individuals who are high in this type of intelligence are more in tune with the nature and are often interested in nurturing Nurturing, exploring the environment and learning about other spaces. Spaces means other areas, how to protect nature. Okay, all these comes under this nature intelligence. And how to improve the strength or how to improve interest in this naturalistic intelligence. Anyone? By conducting nature tours, then students can aware about different types of nature, what are the different types available in the nature, although they can understand. And by conducting all these nature trips, we can improve the talent or they can recognize what is there, what is not there, how to protect our environment. Okay, which precautions we have to take, all these we can learn. So like that we can improve interest and we can improve talent of the students in related to nature concepts. And all these are different types of, actually up to now we discussed about 8 different types of intelligences. Okay, so in all these are different 8 types of intelligences by the Howard Gardner. Okay, and why all these intelligences? Howard Gardner says that we are conducting or we are considering only the cognitive ability of students. Just in starting only I said cognitive ability means we are considering only study related intelligence of a student. Always we are trying improvement in their studies, how to make them read, how to make them write, how to make them to get good score. Maximum we are paying concentration in that area only. So Gardner saying that he says that not only cognitive ability, we have to pay attention in reminding all these intelligences also. Okay, and which factors influence this intelligence? What are the factors? Those are influencing this intelligence. All of we know the first factor is about the environment. Maximum students, some students are having so many family problems at home, right? So the main factor influencing students' intelligence is our their home environment. Suppose if any personal problems are there, parents' problem is there, that student can concentrate in classes. Those students now can't concentrate. So many students we are facing such type of students. So the main factor which is influencing the intelligence of a student is that home environment. So here only those points. So intelligence is also strongly influenced by the environment factors related to a child's home environment. The first factor is their home environment. After that only our classroom environment and our way of teaching, everything. All these also comes into second part. The first factor is on the home environment. Okay, next, which strategies we have to use to improve multiple intelligence in students? Already from starting onwards we are discussing after each and every slide I said. If we want to improve mathematical or logical intelligence, then we can give, already I said Sudoku puzzles, small simple types of puzzles we can give. Okay, so simple types of easy questions we can give to solve them. And suppose if we want to improve dance, bodily kinesthetic intelligence, then we can conduct dance competitions. If we want to improve musical intelligence, then we can conduct singing competitions also. So all these are different strategies to improve intelligence, multiple intelligence in students. Next, benefits of multiple intelligences in the classroom. What are the benefits of multiple intelligence? If we are developing multiple intelligences, if we are using different types of strategies in classroom to develop multiple intelligences, immediately students will get motivation and they will participate in different competitions. So from those competitions they will definitely learn new knowledge. So that's why we are conducting science and art exhibition. So in that also so many students given name for participation. So because of that also we can improve their art skills, and some science also they given so many students given name to develop all those. From computer also they given name to develop applications of this. So by conducting all this, only the main purpose is to motivate the students and by motivating students to improve their talent in that particular area. Next, how can teachers use this multiple intelligence in the classroom? How can we use all these strategies? So when we are all of we prepare lesson plan, right? We written which work, which activities we are giving to students, which exposition we are giving to students. We concentrate on study related. Along with those, if we plan our lesson plan to make improve or to make interest in students. So like that we can include new concepts also in our lesson plan and classroom layout. Always we have to provide good environment for students and last one assignments for these multiple intelligences. So to improve a particular intelligence, which assignment we have to give that assignment.